Hey again, folks. I want to read you all a status that I posted a few days ago to my Facebook account. And I think it's pretty apt for explaining why life scares me so much. What about life exactly terrifies me? And these thoughts usually float around in my mind constantly. Um, I suffer with catastrophic thinking, and so it's like having the worst case scenarios constantly in your face at all times. And it makes it worse knowing that these things can easily be reality because they happen so often. Um, and I'm usually very good at articulating my thoughts when I write them down or when I'm texting them out onto my Facebook. Using video is new for me. I'm not very good at honing in on my thoughts to concentrate enough to get the point that I'm trying to express out thoroughly. So I figured I'd write the status down and share it with you all. And it really answers, the question of what in life, upsets me so bad. So here we go. Life terrifies me. When you are honest and you see the horror happening in millions of people's lives on a daily basis, you realize there is nothing keeping those same terrors from happening to you. And you can never know what effect such things will have on your mind. You can call me weak, but that's only because you sit in the seat of comfortable self delusion. You have your eyes covered, and I don't really blame you. Who'd want to see the reality of the world that we have? A world where children die gruesomely, where elderly are neglected and left to shrivel up by nature. A world where disease and sorrow waits at every corner to hit us when the time is right. A world where everyone you love will eventually die in ways you can never know or predict. A world where the suffering and pain is more potent and lasting than the few short lived moments of pleasure. Perhaps it wouldn't be so terrible if we were at least given the option to opt out at any time we wanted with dignity. But even that is not available to us. On top of all of this, being fully conscious of suffering, we have no way out and are forced to endure it all to the last bitter end. It would have been better to never exist than to have been brought into an unimaginable hell like this and forced to endure this fucking sadistic terror day in and day out for nothing. I want out, and I can't go without causing more suffering and pain in other people's lives. I live for the sake of others, a prisoner here against his will. I am angry, I am bitter, and worst of all, I can't do shit about the situation but continue to exist. So that's what I put on my Facebook a few days ago. And it's just been on me to kind of get that out because we're enduring this life for nothing seemingly. We have all these problems and sufferings that we have to come up with and deal with day to day. And then you have the conscious ability to foresee things come down the pipe, and it just bombards you. And sometimes it weighs me down to the point where I can't do anything but be in a state of despair, just distraught, like the worst tragedy has just happened. But, that's what life puts us through. And it really fucking sucks, you know. And I think another thing about that is that people don't really consider the tragedy that happens every single day in other people's lives. They always think, oh, it's that person. It's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my kids. It's not going to happen to my loved ones until it does. And then people hopefully understand the situation about reality. We are in a really fucked up game. And to say that I hate it is an understatement. If I had the power, I'd uh, I'd make everybody fucking infertile irreversibly with the snap of my finger.